Hari Om Namaste, friends. So today we're going to talk about the difference of devotion and duty in your practice, represented through different manifestations of the divine, Krishna and Rama. These are two different manifestations in two different time periods of divinity, of Vishnu, if you want to get very specific about it. But remember, it's nice to know the origin and the root and the stories, but don't get too caught up in the literal stories because they're really more expressions of poetry. Look at the meaning behind the stories and don't get so caught up in the personality of the stories. That's when people can become lost and kind of section themselves off, and we don't want to do that. So, Krishna and Rama. I like to think of these as two different aspects of the same principle. So when we're thinking about Rama, Sri Ram, we're thinking about duty and seriousness and discipline and getting the work done. This is Sri Ram because he came at a time when it was important to be that way, to be more serious about the practice, more devoted, dedicated, disciplined. These are all representations of Sri Ram. And then the next yuga came, the next time frame came with Krishna, who was all more about ecstasy, the ecstasy of celebration and sharing your love of the divine in that way, through dance, through joy, and through just having a good time about your practice. These are the two different aspects of the practice. And me personally, I like to bring them both together, the duty and the devotion and the discipline, in a playful and joyful way. And I think when you look at all the different representations of divinity together, they make sense. If you go too deep into one or the other, then you're missing something. So it's nice to really learn about them all, experience them all. Sometimes you have to go through your practice and just be really serious at this time period, but don't stay there because then you give into rigidity, and that's not a good thing in the practice. Or sometimes you go deep into the ecstasy, but it's not such a great idea to stay there either because then maybe you lack some discipline of the practice. So it's nice to kind of find your balance between all these different representations of the divine and find your center and joy in each one of them because they all offer something quite beautiful. And when we can find our way to fuse them, depending on your own personality, maybe you need a little bit more ecstasy in your life, or maybe you need a little bit more discipline, depending on what kind of personality you already have. That's why these different aspects are also beautiful, because you can kind of take what's needed. Take what's needed. You don't always have to, there's no prescription for any one person. You have to see what your personality is, what it lacks, what its strengths are, and go with that. This is the beauty of the yoga practice and the beauty of all the different manifestations of the divine. All have something to offer. So let's sing a little bit to Krishna and Rama. Today we're going to sing Hare Murare. Murare or Murari was a demon that Krishna slayed. So we can think of this as joy defeating the darkness. And then we'll sing a little bit to Rama as well. I hope you can feel the joy in this mantra. It makes me happy to sing this one. Hare Murare Govinda Gopala Hare Murare Govinda Gopala Hare Govinda Gopala Hare Murari Govinda Gopala Hare Murari Govinda Gopala Hare Murari Govinda Gopala. Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Jai Shri Ram. Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Jai Shri Ram, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Sita Ram, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Jai Shri Ram, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sita Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Jai Shri Ram, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Jai Shri Ram, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Radhe Radhe Shyam, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Hare Krishna.